Hi, my name's Shell Bartholomew, and I am Shell of Shell's Creative Catering. I thought today we'd make chicken soup. I had a call from my daughter in Philadelphia, and she was sick with the flu, and she said, Mom, can you bring me some of your famous chicken soup? It always makes me feel better. So I thought I'd share it with you too. First, you're going to start with your pasta. Follow the directions on the back. You can use any of your favorite noodles. I'm just happening to use these curly noodles because my kids like them. Put those into your salted water and cook that. I put about a half a box. Handful of salt and get that going. Into your stock pot, you're going to add your 2 cups of water. Get your chicken breast out. Your 2 chicken breasts with the skin. You're going to want to season those ahead of time. Remember, always keep one hand free. That didn't touch the meat. Put those in your pot and simmer until they're tender and not pink inside any longer. And a trick for your noodles, if you don't want them to boil over with the starch foam, put a metal utensil in there. It'll prevent that from happening. And keep it in there while it's cooking. You want your noodles al dente. That means with a bite. You don't want them completely well done. And the reason that we're cooking them ahead of time, if you would cook them in the broth, they would absorb so much of the broth that the next morning you would just have noodles. This chicken's been cooking for about 15 minutes, so we're going to take it out and shred it and strain it. And then we're going to put the broth back in the pot again. The reason I asked you to keep the skin on is because the skin has a lot of fat in it and makes the broth extra tasty. Now we're going to strain it. This way you get the flavor of the onion and the bay leaf, but it's not in the soup itself. So for people who don't like the textures of onions and a bite, this way you have a nice clean broth. Take the skin off the chicken and start dicing it up. We're only going to use 1 chicken breast. You can put the other one away for chicken salad or another chicken casserole dish. I keep 1 plastic board just for cutting meat because I can stick it right in the dishwasher and it won't cross-contaminate with my vegetable cutting board. Make sure the pieces are too big, but not too small either, so they dissolve. Take that right over to your broth and scrape it in. Next we're going to add, you want a good chicken stock, not broth, but chicken stock. The difference is this is made with vegetables and you get those extra vitamins and you get that extra rich flavor. I'm only going to add a half a box. Add your carrots and your parsley. Quarter teaspoon of pepper. And a teaspoon of sea salt. You have this rich broth now with the carrots and the fresh parsley and the chicken. Now we're going to add our noodles. And let that simmer for about 10 minutes. And my family likes corn. So I'm going to add about a half a can of drained yellow corn. Mix that up. That has salt in it too, so you don't need to put too much salt. And let that simmer for about 10 minutes and serve with a nice crusty bread, and you've got a good comfort meal.
Is any of that for me? Ooh, that looks good. Cut.